The United Kingdom is a place of long skies. It is a land of old secrets. Over rolling hills and quiet towns, the weather moves in vast, dramatic sheets. Here, people have watched the heavens for centuries. They have tracked the stars and named the constellations. But sometimes the sky shows them something new, something unexpected. Strange aerial phenomena have been recorded here for generations. These are not just fleeting lights or mistaken planets. They are events that have puzzled farmers, soldiers, pilots, police officers. Each report is a small piece of a much larger, more profound mystery. These stories come from all corners of the country. They emerge from the quiet fields of East Anglia, the lonely roads of Scotland. Many are small personal accounts, told over a pint in a pub, shared quietly among family. But some stories are much larger. In the final days of December 1980, the cold winter air over Suffolk was disturbed. Near the twin United States Air Force bases of RAF Bentwaters, RAF Woodbridge, something strange descended into Rendlesham Forest. This incident is often called Britain's Roswell. The comparison is apt. It is a case marked by military witnesses, physical evidence, a deep, persistent controversy. It began with reports from security patrolmen of unusual lights descending into the nearby woods. They initially suspected a downed aircraft. The reality, they would later claim, was far stranger. A small group of airmen, led by a security flight chief, went into the forest to investigate. There, among the dense pine trees, they reported encountering a metallic triangular craft. It was described as hovering or standing on legs. It glowed with a bright light and seemed to emit a strange energy. One of the men, Sergeant Jim Peniston, reportedly got close enough to touch its smooth black surface, noting strange symbols etched upon it. After a short time, the object lifted off silently and vanished into the night sky. The men were left in the dark, their senses reeling from the encounter. The following day, investigators returned to the site. They found 3 distinct impressions on the forest floor, arranged in a triangular pattern. These marks suggested something of great weight had rested there. A plaster cast was made of one of the depressions. More importantly, radiation readings were taken at the landing site. The official report, written by the Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, noted that the readings were significantly higher than normal background levels. Long before Rendlesham, another significant event unfolded in the skies over East Anglia. The Lakenheath-Bentwaters incident of August 13, 1956, is a classic military radar mystery. It is not a case of lights seen by a few individuals, but of solid objects tracked on multiple independent military radar systems. It involved ground-based radar operators and fighter pilots. Both were highly trained professionals whose job was to know what belonged in the sky. Their reports described technology far superior to anything known at the time, a silent, intelligent intrusion into protected airspace. The event began the evening of August 13th. Radar operators at RAF Bentwaters detected a fast-moving target on their screens. It was traveling at an estimated several thousand miles per hour. Soon after, a second group of objects appeared, moving in formation, then merging into a single large return. The radar blips were solid and clear, not weather or glitches. An RAF Venom night fighter was scrambled to intercept. The pilot saw a bright white light, but as he closed, it vanished, and the target dropped off his radar. Returning to base, the mystery deepened. The story of the Livingston incident is unique. It is not a military case, shrouded in secrecy. It is a police case, documented with professional diligence. On the 9th of November, 1979, a forestry worker named Robert Taylor had a terrifying encounter in a clearing near the M8 motorway in Livingston, Scotland. He was not a UFO enthusiast seeking attention. He was a quiet, respected man. His report was taken so seriously that it triggered the only formal criminal investigation into a UFO sighting ever conducted by a British police force. His simple, harrowing testimony has made this case an enduring classic. Robert Taylor had parked his van and was walking with his dog through a wooded area on Dechmont Law. As he entered a clearing, he was confronted by a large, dark, domed object hovering silently above the ground. He described it as being about 20 feet wide, with a texture like rough sandpaper. There was no sound. Suddenly, two smaller, spiky spheres dropped from the larger craft. They rolled towards him, making a strange plopping sound. They attached themselves to his trousers, one on each leg, and began to pull him towards the main object. He felt a strong smell like burning brakes. At that moment, Mr. Taylor lost consciousness. He awoke sometime later, disoriented and alone in the clearing. On the night of the 30th of March 1993, something vast and silent passed over the United Kingdom. This was not a fleeting light or a distant radar blip. It was a series of sightings stretching from the southwest of England up into the Midlands, involving dozens of witnesses from all walks of life. They all described the same thing: a massive, dark, triangular-shaped craft. It moved slowly and deliberately, at a low altitude, and made almost no sound. The concentration of reports around RAF Cosford in Shropshire has given the event its name, the Cosford Incident. The first reports came in during the evening from Somerset and Avon. Witnesses described seeing a huge dark shape, like a flying wing, moving overhead. It had a bright light at each of its three corners: corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and a larger red light in the centre. The most remarkable feature, reported by almost everyone, was its silence. For an object estimated to be the size of a commercial airliner, or even larger, to move so slowly and quietly through the sky was deeply unsettling. The sightings continued northwards. Rendlesham, Lakenheath, Livingston, Cosford. These are more than just place names. They are markers in a landscape of persistent mystery. Each case presents a formidable challenge to our ordinary understanding of the world. They feature credible witnesses, military personnel, police personnel,